Why do you think that Whoop has been so popular on the PGA Tour? I know that you have a big deal with Major League Baseball, you have one with golf. What is it about those two sports that they have in common? I'm like particularly surprised because golf is so slow to change as a culture, and Whoop feels like a bright exception to that rule.
It's been a pleasant surprise for me because I also love golf. And I'll say this. I mean, the thing that makes Whoop relevant for a professional golfer, a professional football player, or you or me is that it's very good at helping you figure out how all these different things in your life affect you. And professional golfers, I think, for a long time have taken for granted just how grueling it is as a sport. I mean, it really is quite a lot of work. When we play golf, we show up to the range 20 minutes before the round, and then we go play 18 holes with our friends. When these guys play golf, I mean, it's like 8 hours at the range. It's then going to the gym. It's then getting on a plane and jumping over three time zones. It's then having a beer in the lobby. It's then getting into a hotel. It's then waking up the next day and doing it all over again, and then trying to compete under stressful conditions to win a tournament and maybe not playing that well, right? So you have a situation which is actually a fair amount of stress, and it's not a big focus on recovery. And so I think that the reason Whoop took off in golf is that these guys realized how much better they were at golf when they focused on sleep and recovery. And I think the other reason it's done so well is they all have the game. I mean, they all have the game. The 100th best player in the world can shoot a 65 at the best course, right? And and so they recognize that there's these other things that are going on that separate the 100th best player from the best player. I've talked to a number of these guys who have gotten to be number one in the world, and almost all of them will say that, there's not that big of a gap between them and the 100th person in the world. And so being able to focus on these things like how well you're sleeping, what you're doing before bed, how your body's recovering, it actually can make an enormous difference in your performance.